Okay, friends, so we have been talking about multiplying and multiplying decimals. That's what we've been looking at. But right now, because we have not talked about decimals, dividing decimals yet, but we will get introduced to this tomorrow, okay? But multiplying and dividing decimals is just like multiplying and dividing whole numbers, okay? So let's look. When we multiply whole numbers, we are looking for the total, okay? So we're looking for a total. Looking for total, okay? Or they may say in all, okay? Or all together. Now when we are dividing, we're not looking for the total. They have giving us the total. So they give us the total. Okay, and so we're trying to figure out how much does one cost or how much does each cost, okay? So with the person right beside you, I'm gonna give you a bag. So you two will share that bag, you two will share this bag, and then you two will share this bag, okay? So in a second, you're gonna look at these word problems and you're gonna decide, are we multiplying decimals? Are we trying to find the total? Or are we dividing decimals? Meaning, we have the total and we just want to figure out how much does one cost, okay? So I'm gonna give you a second, well, more than a second, all right, to open your cards up. So everybody go ahead and open up your bag. And you're going to work with the person right beside you and determine, are you multiplying or are you dividing, okay? That's all I want you to do. So make you a multiplying stack and make you a dividing stack, okay? All right, you can talk with your partner to figure out. Okay, I will give you a hint. There is more dividing than multiplying. So don't say, oh, we got more dividing. No, it is going to be more dividing than multiplying, okay? All right, so go ahead and work with the person next to you.
It costs $100 or something, 75 cents to buy 5 different fishes. So you already doing the 75 cents. How much does one big cost?
Multiplying, okay, you already did it. Okay. So this is the only one that y'all did, okay. You already did it? Okay. All right, good. They gave us a total, good. We have to figure out how many days, good. Okay, so we got multiplying and dividing. They gave you the total of how much you did. So let's see what, I don't know.
That's only 5 costs.
Good, Ryan.
It costs $0.75 to mail one card. If her total charge for mailing the cards is $9, how many cards did she mail? One card.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a hint. There are only 2 that are multiplication. So I see you have 3 that are, is this your multiplication set? So one of these needs to come over here. Okay? Those are your division, okay? And then which one are you doing?
So the Jackson purchase was written including on 15 dresses. How much glitter did she use on each dress?
Okay, so let's pause and let's check what we got here, okay? So our first one was, let's see, the one about Tim, okay? It cost Tim $5.60 to buy 5 pencils. So all 5 pencils cost $5.60. And so they wanted to know how much was 1 pencil. So what side did we put that one on? Division, that's right, because we had our total on how much Tim has spent. Very good. The next one with Hunter. It cost Hunter $12.75 to buy 5 different fishing baits. Each bait is the same price. How much does 1 bait cost? So where do we put that one at? Division, that's right, because we know how much all 5 cost. 5 of them was $12.75. We wanted to figure out how much 1 costs. Very good. All right, the one about Wes. Wes wants to buy mint for himself and 3 friends. First off, how many people is that?
4.
4, very good. If each mint costs 15 cents, what will be the total amount of money Wes will need? Where do we put that one at?
Multiplication.
Multiplication, very good, because we're trying to find the total. It costs Annie 75 cents to mail 1 card. If her total charge for mailing the cards was $9, how much did she, how many cards did she mail? So if she bought some cards that are each 75 cents, and she spent a total of $9, and they want to know how many cards she mailed off, what operation would that be? Division. You had it right, friend. Yep, that was division, because they told us she spent $9, so they gave us the total. Next one, Jessica babysat on a Sunday night. If her hourly rate is $8.25, how much did she make in 4 hours? So we know in 1 hour she charges $8.25. They want to know how many she charged after 4 hours. So what operation would that one be? Multiplication. Very good. All right, then we had Queen Bee. She drove a total of 674.4 miles in 6 days. And they want to know how many miles did she drive in 1 day. So that one should have been division, because they gave us her total. And then Samuel, he bought 86.4 gallons of water to serve at a birthday party. He placed an equal amount of water in each of the 6 tables. How much water is in 1 table? And we all had division for that one. And then the last one was Carlos. He wanted to equally split the ribbon. He equally split 220 and 5/10 ribbon in 15 dresses, and they wanted to know how much he split in 1 dress, so that was division. Very good, friends. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do, I want you and your partner, so you're going to split the thing, okay? You are going to solve one of the multiplications. Your partner is going to solve the other multiplication, okay? So we got to have our multiplication problem, all right? So you pick which one you want to solve. Your partner is going to solve the other one, okay? Remember, when we multiply with decimals, no, you just multiply. So it should be Wes and Jessica. Those should be the 2. So you choose which one you want to do, Wes or Jessica. All right. And remember, when we multiply with decimals, so say for instance we had 7 bananas that each cost 23 cents. So that's repeated addition. And you can completely ignore that decimal. So just do 23 times 7. And then when you get your answer, you can add that decimal back, okay? All right, so everybody is doing their problem. Yes. Yep, you can do whatever strategy you want. Varsity, what I would do is put the bigger number on top. So you don't even need all those zeros. So just change it to 15 times 3. put the decimal back, cause if I buy, first off, how many friends was it? Was it 3 friends? For himself and 3 friends, so how many people was it?
4.
4,
Oh.
yeah, so you had to do it times 4. Very good. So I'm gonna buy 4 mints, that's 15 cents, for $6. How many mints is 4 mints for $6? Alright, so we had two spaces, so 1, 2. Yeah, you only did 1. We're going this way, so we start here and we go that way.
So we like start right here? Or?
Yeah, you start after the number in the ones place and you're gonna move this way.
Oh.
Alright, there's your answer, very good. Now you start here, after the number in the ones place, you gotta find that decimal. So yours is $6 too, for that 4 minutes. Yeah, so that decimal is behind that 15. There we go. Alright, see, you only had to do 1 row. So you only need to add these 3 numbers. Okay.
Is that it?
So, 60. So this one right here, you got 3,200. You got 50. Oops, excuse me, 80. And then you got 20. And then when you add that together, you would have gotten. Now, that's not going to be, she's not going to charge these people $3,300. All right, we got to find that decimal. So in our number $8.25, we had to move that decimal 2 times. So 1, 2. So our answer is $33. Can I drop those zeros?
Yep.
Yes, because nothing is behind it, okay? And then with our other one, we had 15 times 4. So 5 times 4 is 20. And then here we have 6. All right, so the decimal was here, and we had to move it 2 times. And so we're gonna move it back 2 times. So it's 60 cents for the mints. Very good, friends. There you go.